Hello everyone, this is basharatanis, and I'm going to present business concept and implementation plan for Apple Projector. So before I start, I want to give an overview of Apple. Apple is an American multinational firm that manufactures and distributes computer hardware, software, and personal computers, mobile devices, iPads, and much more than that. Apple was formed in 1976 by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne, and it was incorporated in 1977. And Apple's present history spans more than 3 decades, and the company has seen its stock price increase and fall, and now this multinational company worth more than $2 trillion. Apple's goal is to give best service, best products, best software to consumers and stay ahead in the industry. Now I want to give you guys a quick overview of Apple Projector, and I will talk about concept, key features, cost, time frame, and the benefit of Apple Projectors real quick, and later on in this presentation I will talk about these things individually in detail. So Apple Projector is an innovative projector that will bring revolution in the market of projectors. The concept of the Apple Projector is to benefit individuals with edge cutting technology and improve the performance, usability, and features. So when it comes to cost, the manufacturing cost of one projector is going to be around $200, and the total cost of your projector is going to be $280 after including research and development, selling, and general and administrative expenses. The time frame to manufacture an Apple projector and supply to the wholesaler is going to be around 1 to 1.5 years. The new product line of Apple Projector will benefit Apple customers and other individuals as well. The customers will be able to utilize the edge cutting technology to enhance their performance at work, school, or anywhere. The sales will bring revenue to Apple that will benefit the company in several different ways. In the end, the revolutionary projector will provide an opportunity to non-Apple customers and competitors to enhance their business with the new generation projector. Let's talk about Apple Projector key features in detail. The Apple Projector would be compact in size. It would have the latest and easy user interface. The technology will allow the user to enjoy the best video quality in the presentation. Projectors are used by several different individuals, including business professionals, teachers, professors, and a lot of people. So the Apple Projector is going to be compact in size. It's going to have a lightweight, and definitely is going to be innovative. So the main concept is to eliminate all of the flaws existing in the current projectors. They usually get heat up, or they start making a lot of noise after certain amount of usage. So the Apple Projector will avoid or eliminate that embarrassment a person have to go through in the middle of the presentation. So in long story short, the Apple Projector got solution of the problems existing in the projectors right now these days. So the market of the projector, I've already talked about it. It's going to be business professionals, teachers, and the projectors are also used by they're also used in tournaments and a lot of different places. So the market we are looking at, it's really huge, and it can be much bigger if we had a better quality or better projectors out there like Apple projector. So there is a lot of potential in the growth in this targeted market, and it was I will say it again, it was not growing because of the bad quality projectors. If the projector was big, it was making noise, but it was giving a good quality. If the projector was compact, it was not able to give a best quality out there in the market. So Apple projector is going to be compact and it will display the best quality, which can increase the targeted market. And there is also a potential for trends. So people can use Apple projector as a decoration. If they're not really using it, they can put it on the screensaver mode, or they can project a window on the wall just to have some kind of a decoration if they have a party in home. So Apple projector can initiate such trends as well. So Apple already got a lot of competitors in the projector industry already, such as Google, Samsung, HP. And these competitors already have similar products, such as iPhone, like Apple got iPhone, so Samsung got their own series of smartphone that competes with iPhone. So right now, these competitors already have projectors, and Apple need to keep in mind that they have to come up with a innovative and creative technology which that will compete with those projectors and outperform those projectors. And on the other hand, the customers or consumers, they will have high expectations from Apple as well, because they will expect that Apple will provide them edge-cutting technology and a new generation projector. When it comes to physical resources, Apple assembled their products in China. So Apple can also utilize those assembly lines to assemble the Apple projector. And Apple also need necessary equipments, and Apple can also utilize a lot of existing equipments to produce to manufacture the Apple projector. Apple can use the batteries if they want, the lenses, sensors, and if they don't have it, then it's going to be much easier to get some of the equipment or some of the components as compared to starting from the scratch. So it is easier for Apple to produce and manufacture Apple projector as compared to the company if they don't have such resources available already. So Apple can also utilize the existing resources when it comes to technology. So Apple can use their current software engineers, their current skill they have, current machines, which we have already talked about, and physical resources, and the patents. And Apple owns trademark for a variety of electronic devices such as modems, screens, softwares, content, themes, and all of that. So Apple got good amount of physical and technological resources which they can use in the manufacturing and production of Apple projector. So in the implementation schedule, I want to talk about the Gantt chart, and as you can see, there is some work stream which is running in parallel. So first there's going to be brainstorming, research, then design, machinery purchases, product development, and then testing, and at the very end there is a shipping product to wholesalers. So this is the whole process which Apple is going to follow, from the day one to the release date to the shipment date. So in the brainstorming is going to be for around 2 months, and after that, once it's done, the brainstorming is done, then there's a research, and you can see while they're researching there is a designing starting from the midway. That's the parallel workflow, and then there is a purchase of the machinery, which is pretty much starting in the quarter of the way when designing is done, and the machinery purchases as they're about to doing research too, that how they're going to purchase the machine and everything. So they also have a good chunk of time, around 6 months, and once they're done, then you can see it's a huge workflow of work stream of product development. It's starting pretty much with the design. So product development, there's like software engineers, hardware engineers, a lot of engineers working together. So there is a team selection. There is a different meeting with the developers and the engineers going on. So it should pretty much start with the design so that they know what they're going to work on, and it's going to work parallel with the testing as well, because when they're developing a product or software, they will test it as well. So I will say it's starting kind of in the midway, and once the testing is done and everything is good to go, then the shipment is going on at the very end, which is also parallel. So Apple personnel will undertake a product review to ensure that the product is efficient, factory created, and delivered. To continue, Apple needs to guarantee that all projector materials are delivered safely to Apple's China engineering manufacturing site. Apple needs to monitor its providers' parts as they go to China, because there are so many of them. There will surely be barriers and industrial growth as well. So when the recipients essential arrive, Apple must ensure that the projector is placed in a timely manner. When the projector is assembled, the final construction must be part of a quality checklist to ensure that there is no projector problem. So they need to test it thoroughly, and they need to make sure that if they want to go back to developers or the engineers, so before it can be transported to its retail location with Apple's approval, the invention must always be tested and supported. So finally, the projector should be relocated to Apple's retail locations. Apple must cooperate with wholesale suppliers and suppliers in order to transfer products to their exact place. So the organization's core competencies, I would say it is a mixture of behavior, skills, values, and attributes. So the components of Apple devices are critical components that allow for seamless merging of their diverse device architectures. Apple is seen as a closed environment since it controls both the hardware and the software. By providing a closed operating system, Apple is required to purchase products at the point of upgrade or breakdown. And just like that, Apple devices can be linked with other Apple devices. So Apple projector will also have a feature that it can link with other Apple devices to enhance the usability, to give a user a lot of free room that person can control the presentation with iPad or some kind of a device, and with a Siri or voice command or anything like that. So Apple's fundamental philosophy is one of the most important factors in its success. The ideas, beliefs, attitudes, and experiences that fuel culture-oriented practices are considered by the workplace's culture. Apple's business culture is one of the creativity and innovation. The company's culture ensures that the quality, expectation, and norms, including originality and thought, are upheld. As a result, Apple should ensure that the corporation can support and promote superiority in the projector's successful deployment. So Apple got this strategy to build a team with a creative engineers or employees that they always hire best of the best employee out there, and they have this really high-end interview process and everything. So when it comes to vision, the Steve Jobs implemented this vision in the culture of the Apple, that they are going to think creatively, and they will come up with the best solution possible out there. So Apple's talent and precision are the foundations that help any initiative reach the top of any gadget user's wish list. And because of all that, Apple right now got edge-cutting products and projects going on, and it's really tough for competitors to compete with Apple right now. So Apple will greatly benefit from the cross-functional business implementation team. This team will have a defined specific set of goals and responsibilities, as well as appropriate project management tools and the company's assistants to assist them along the way. The team will serve as a foundation for coordinating knowledge-intensive projects. The cross-functional team's mission will be broken down into the three sections, like service planning, thorough design, and moderate to incremental execution. Service planning will specify how the service will operate, including what products will be available on the site, how those things will be delivered to the customers, and how to handle details like refunds and exchanges. Website design and advertising and brand image will be the focus of the thorough design section. This section, the service will be launched slowly in a moderate to progressive manner. Apple employees will be the first to use the service, providing comments, criticism, so that the company can sort out how many issues and bugs they have so that they can fix it. And finally, the service will be deployed in major markets for the second round of testing before being rolled out globally. So this team will have experts with the key roles in sales, finance, marketing, human resources, and few carefully selected associates who will provide input as a user. To be considered for this team, each member must have already worked in a cross-functional team or demonstrated their ability to work well with others. It will be made up of the head of different Apple departments, as well as one or two creative, good employees of that department. They must have a track record of accomplishment in their chosen field. So, talking about my role in this project, my role is going to be as a project manager in the team. I would be responsible for organizing, planning and directing the completion of the project while ensuring the project is on time, on budget, and within scope. I will also do my best to maintain a competitive culture in the team. The team responsibilities will include solidifying the marketing and advertising angle. Other responsibilities including determining the project's break-even point and estimating first-year sale numbers, locking down vendors and distributors for the stock. All organizations, including Apple, rely on some absolutes, whether it's maintaining key staff, meeting deadlines, or obtaining funding, yet unexpected circumstances might develop. That is why in the event that anything unexpected happens, it is critical to establish a contingency plan. The first stage is to determine the company's resources and prioritize them. If a key member leaves unexpectedly, a substitute will be ready to step in and assume his or her position right away. If specific tasks take longer than projected to accomplish, extra time will be built into the implementation plan. The team will assemble to explore potential weaknesses that may not be visible to senior management, or that even that have been neglected. After that, contingency plan will be written for each identified risk, with the most critical risks receiving high priority. This contingency plan will be given to the entire team as well as the higher management so that everyone is familiar with in case it needs to be implemented. And finally, the contingency plan will be reviewed and updated as the team completes each task. Apple is doing everything it can to get ready for the release of the Apple Projector at this point. Personal interest, and skills training are all crucial in planning, preparing, and the contingency plan will be detailed with numerous team members and upper management executives researching and providing comments. The implementation plan as well as the contingency plan will only be as effective as the team that puts them together, and Apple intends to hire the best, most talented, educated, team-oriented people to take on this assignment. The company's key strengths are in place and closely aligned with new offering. The cross-functional team's essential takes and responsibilities have been defined, as well as the leadership position. Selling general and administrative budget, which is also called SG&A, must be developed to get a realistic portrayal of the project's cost. SG&A expenses include things like marketing material, remuneration of the corporation's officials, marketing, finance, and office workers, lease, utilities, equipment, technology, shipment, and warehousing. Considering the SG&A budget applied to the iPhone's price, Apple appears to be valued at $42 per projector. If Apple intends to build and sell 750,000 devices projectors at $279.25 per piece, the budget will be $210 million. Apple is now in a good financial shape. Apple had $338.52 billion in assets, and the total assets of Apple have increased by more than 30 million over the same period last year, indicating that the company is still profitable and growing as a whole. They have $14 billion in account receivable, and that includes payments outstanding from cellular network providers, distributors, and retailers, as well as organizations and government customers. Talking about the liabilities, Apple's total liabilities, like total $89.7 billion, including 29 billion in accounts payable and more than $9 billion in corporate debt issued. The company issued corporate debt to fund operations such as share buybacks and dividend payments that it had committed to. Furthermore, the company has around 108 billion in long-term debt, which includes both fixed rate debt, which with a fixed interest rate, and floating rate debt with a fluctuating interest rate. Apple can outright fund the Projector project because the corporation currently has billions of dollars cash available. Apple can get funds available from outside, and they don't have to use their own cash which they got on hand. Apple can easily form a partnership with the company and use their expertise, their skills. Apple may enlist the help of a sponsor who is prepared to invest money as well, and Apple may seek funding from venture capitalists. The cost of obtaining this finance will be small, and it will have no effect on Apple's financial status because Apple already has sufficient cash on hand to execute this project. So talking about financial reports, I will show you first sales forecasts. So in 2021, the 600,000 units were sold, and the revenue was around $240 million, and it kept increasing. In 2023, the forecasted revenue is $800 million, and the units sold are $2 million. So as you can see, there's a lot of potential of revenue which will benefit Apple and its customers as well in the future. Apple is predicted to make a profit of $104.8 million on revenue of $314.25 million when all cost of goods sold are included in marketing, making a single unit cost $279.25 after selling 100,000 units in its first year. Apple may project to make a profit of $104.8 million. A $100,000 deduction will be made for depreciation. Depreciation is an expense that separates the cost of tangible, intangible, and diminishing assets into the phases that profit from their use. Retailers and merchants are responsible for the increase in accounts receivable due to their credit of items sold. Eventually, the accounts receivable sum is $150,000, indicating Apple's debt to its commercial partners. Apple will make assumptions depending on company operations when developing a business strategy that would lay the basis of for the launching of the projector. Apple is in a great situation to stay ahead of the competition since they have high technologies such as including existing software, hardware, and retail shops. Another assumption is that as a result of iPhone's remarkable success, the company has indeed proven to have a successful commercial implementation strategy after R&D spending, manufacturing, transportation, and retail stores would all have an impact on the results. And lastly, it is assumed that Apple enjoys a strategic advantage in the sale of projectors through the retail stores worldwide. They were the first to succeed $1 billion in annual revenue when they initially debuted in 1997. Apple's most important stakeholders are customers, workers, and shareholders. In order to produce a successful projector project, Apple would have to accommodate all interests into the company implementation plan. Apple's customers want the company to offer a product with a great quality that is also aesthetic. Apple's goal of thinking differently helps the organization to provide distinctive items to the customers. And at the end, shareholders are significant stakeholders since their main purpose is to increase the value of their investments. Because they demand high financial performance criteria, shareholders are important to the company's aim. By having a high profit margin, Apple would incorporate investors in the strategic planning, allowing the company to generate more net income that will benefit investors. Corporate social responsibility will play an important role in business execution strategy. CSR, as known as corporate social responsibility, is becoming increasingly important for firms that want to make a positive influence in the world. Apple presently powers its locations throughout the world with over 96% renewable energy. In addition, Apple has been making a positive impact on the environment by changing their corporate structure to rely on renewable energy. So, Apple is in a great spot to release a competitive, innovative projector project. Distributors, partners, and retailers have shown to be productive in the company's supply chain, marketing, and sales technique. The achievement of Apple in producing creative products with a high profit margin demonstrates that the company is using its current operations to produce a new product which will rebrand it and grow market share. By creating a strategy based on these assumptions and involving a plan that benefits all important stakeholders, Apple will benefit from the launch of this new device, Apple Projector. Thank you.